What is going on, fuckers? This is MaceValor, and let's talk about terminations. So, Domination 5281 writes, "This is a very stressful job for me. I made great money though. They eventually terminated me for no reason of my own. It was the warehouse. We as drivers have come to the conclusion that we will all eventually get terminated, even without reason. I lasted 8 months and put 35,000 miles on my cars. Yet the termination email says I wasn't arriving for my blocks. I had physical proof that I was, so the termination was laughable. Thumbs up." Okay, so check this shit out. I'm currently in good standing. There's nothing wrong with that or anything, but I am fully aware that at any point in time I can get terminated. I can't remember the dude's name. He's done some Amazon Flex videos, Postmates, all that shit. And his number one piece of advice was be on everything. If you're going to be doing this, be on everything. So, just in case something happens, you can always pick up work somehow. It's an eventuality for all of us to get terminated. And that comes with the nature of being an independent contractor. When you are an independent contractor, the person that is on the other end of that contract, that agreement of non-employment, they are essentially saying, hey, at any time I want, I can terminate this relationship. As you, at any time you want, you can terminate the relationship. It is 10 times easier for them to do it. I guarantee you, go into the app. You know, how can, is there any button to click self-destruct? No, there's not. You just don't take blocks. And then they don't bat an eye. Because it doesn't mean anything. It's a numbers game. The more drivers that they have, then someone will pick up the shit eventually. It kind of goes back to me saying Amazon feels that they are too big to fail. That they have too much going on for anything bad to happen. Mark my words. There will be a competitor to this. Last I heard was Walmart was thinking of getting into this game. And yeah, I think it would be great. When I say a lot of these it would be great things, I'm thinking business-wise. Business-wise for Walmart, yeah, it would be great, but they're fucking scumbags, let's fucking face it. We could all be terminated. Every single one of us eventually can be terminated. And that's another thing I've discovered from other people online that have done Flex, have done DoorDash, have done Postmates and all that. Sooner or later, one point or another, the axe comes down. And every platform has its own set of criteria. They all have their rules. They all have, what their preference is. It's like, well, if you're going to be driving on our platform, we would prefer that you meet this set of criteria. If you fall behind on that set of criteria, then shit happens. Recently, I got an email stating that one of my packages, the customer couldn't find it. Oh, isn't that fucking bad? I recently, wouldn't say recently, within the last month, so recently, had a package that was delivered, but it wasn't. I filed a claim saying, hey, Amazon, where the fuck is my shit? And from the person that is supposed to receive it, the package, they basically told me, hey, there's fucking nothing we can do. God knows, because I know in my area, at least, it's all Amazon that delivers the shit. So it's just, it makes me frustrated as a consumer, makes me frustrated as someone working on the platform. So that boils things down in a very particular way. What do they want? What are they looking for? What is all this hidden criteria that they have? Well, it's actually very point blank. If you do not want to get terminated, meet all your assigned blocks, do all the shit you're supposed to do. Everything they request of you, just fucking do it. The reality is, though, at any point in time, they can just get rid of you. And here's the reason why. Oversaturation. When Amazon feels that they have too many drivers, they will liquidate it. They will remove. They will get rid of so many people to kind of rebalance things. How does that make any fucking sense at all? To me, it doesn't. From the business side, if you have these independent contractors who you don't have to pay them their medical bills. You don't have to. Fuck, man, you can get away with so much. I mean, if you really thought about it, being employed, there's a lot that goes into that. There are certain benefits that need to be paid based upon the size of the company. There are certain minimum levels of work hours and whatnot. There's all this. There's this huge gambit of benefits that come with just being employed. That you might have a job, but you never really see these things. But on the side of the company, it's massive. The cost of overhead for having a single employee is huge. It's a lot more than just what they walk home with at the end of the week. It's ridiculous how much a company has to pay for just internal insurance in case something happens, workers' comp, shit like that. These are huge costs for a business. So for someone like Amazon, you would think, like, well, just let them have a whole bunch of fucking drivers, right? You have a shitload of drivers that hardly anyone can ever get any work done. And that filters back into the scheduling issues. Personally, the way I see it, if you have drivers that have been on the platform for a while and they have a squeaky clean history of delivering with you, then fuck it. Yeah, if you just fucking make those guys the fucking priority. Hey, you've been driving with us for a while. You're really taking this shit seriously. We want to make sure that we take care of you. It might be an independent contractor relationship, but I value this relationship because what you bring to the table is worth what we pay you. And we want to show you that we give a fuck. Now, I'm someone that hasn't been driving with them for very long, but I could completely understand the level of business if I could not get scheduled blocks because those blocks were assigned to someone that's been around longer. When someone has longevity with a company, when someone gains a level of a rapport with a company or within a company, it makes fucking sense that you would reward that person. Why would you ask someone that's been with you for a long time, someone that's done everything you've requested, exceeded expectations, and ensured that your name as a company, that your brand is doing good? Why would you get rid of that person? It makes no fucking sense. Now, according to this example, he had proof that everything was good, so great, cool, fantastic. It still fucking sucks, and that's just how the relationship is. It's part of the game that you have to get into with. It's part of the game you have to accept when you get into it. You have to accept the fact that one day you could deliver, and then the next day they're not even gonna fucking give two shits. It's not Amazon. It's not DoorDash. It's not Postmates. It's the independent contractor relationship. Because of that, we essentially waive so many rights. An employee, when they're being fired, they have to be notified why they're being fired. An independent contractor, no. You're done. We don't give a shit. We're not going to tell you why. We'll give you some half-assed answer, and we're not going to follow up with any kind of correspondence for you to be able to fight this. That's how it works. It's good for Amazon as a business to have independent contractors. It's bad for Amazon as a business to not utilize them in a far more productive manner. How could Amazon properly treat independent contractors? Well, for one, they could fix their fucking scheduling. I've been saying this for a while. I'll keep saying this for a while. They need to fix their scheduling. And when I say that, I don't mean make it so that things are easier so people can get more blocks. No, I'm saying make it so it's an even playing field. You do this stupid shit where you're just... I don't have anything I can grab. I'm just trying to get a block. No, it's stupid. Why is this? Oh my god! But then you got people that have built with Arduinos, working auto tap, set it and fucking forget it, right? You have people that are making fucking server farms that are capable of catching blocks and then selling those blocks which I gave an example of in another video. So definitely check that out. This whole thing is frustrating. These are things that Amazon needs to address. We're not employees. That doesn't mean that we should be treated like we're nothing. The fact that we have the relationship that we have with Amazon is extremely beneficial to Amazon. And this is exactly the reason why. With everything that I have in front of me right now, with everything written on all these papers and shit in my room, like there are things in motion on my end to where the only person's success I'm going to be contributing to is my own. When you're doing Amazon, when you're doing Postmates, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, fucking Lyft, all of it, when you do any of that, yeah, you might be making money. You might be making a fucking killing. But at the end of the day, the only person's success that you're contributing to is theirs. Yeah, you might be making money. But money evaporates quickly. It's what is utilized with that money that matters. And for me, time is money. And I want my time invested in me. God, man, I'm a fucking poet. Shit. Drop some comments down in the fucking comment section down below because that shit was fucking magic. Louis Rossman is my life guru, as it were. And he has really opened my eyes to what it means to, own your own success. And that's what I want to do, is I want to own my success. I'm doing this for the time being because it's an end to justify, it's a means to justify the end. Whatever. I do it because obviously I need the money. That's it. That's why I'm doing Amazon Flex. Do I want to fucking do this? Do I want to be delivering packages to fucking people? When I'm doing DoorDash, do I really want to go and pick up someone else's fucking food and drop it off to them for $7 or $8, driving miles and miles and miles? Actually, you know what? Here's what Amazon should fucking do. I like their payment structure so far. It says, hey, this is what you're gonna get. Bam. Fantastic. I love that. That's where I know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm about to go out for this fucking delivery. 4 hours? Ooh, $72? Let me try to knock it out in like 2 hours. So that's what? A shitload of money an hour? Fuck yeah. I want to maximize my sense of value. Maximize the time that I go out there and do shit, right? That's what I want to do. That gets me excited. But you know what would be even fucking better? Don't get rid of it, but keep the same payment structure. But then add a definite incentive. Here's the incentive that I am proposing to Amazon. We have to provide our own stuff as independent contractors. That's what makes us independent contractors. We provide our vehicle when we provide our gas. Now, if we were employed by Amazon, they would be required to provide those. But gas is not cheap, and then you put the wear and tear in the car and everything. So to ignore all, not even speak of all the stupid shit that I can go into about all that, here's how Amazon should fix it. And a competitor to Amazon Flex, this is my fucking brilliant way to make sure that you get people to come to your platform and to stay at your platform and to be fucking happy at your platform. People are doing this for money. They're not doing it to feel a sense of success. They're doing it for the fucking money. So give them the fucking money. And here's how you do it. Amazon has the app, right? And it gives you a route that's calculated. But you can deliver it in any order you want. How about this? How about you force people to deliver things in a particular order? An order that is maximized for efficiency. Like UPS drivers take optimal routes. Have Amazon deliveries have an optimum route. A route that the driver must take, packages that must be delivered in a certain order. By doing that, everyone's like, well, what the fuck? I want to be able to have an option. Here's where the money part comes in. The mileage. Pay fucking great for the mileage. like 20 fucking 5 cents a mile, right? Do that. 25 cents a mile, right? And what I mean by this is not from the person's house to the warehouse. I mean from the fucking warehouse to the routes. I drove all the way to Boulder fucking City today. It's like 30 fucking miles away. So here's what I'm saying. I have to go to Boulder City. I start at the warehouse. I drive to Boulder City. I do all my deliveries in Boulder City on the optimum route that the Amazon app says. Calculates all of the stuff from the last drop-off location, the mileage back on the optimum route, the mileage back to the warehouse, and that is my total mileage for my trip. So I would be seeing that was a 4-hour block today, so I would see the $74 and probably an extra $15 for the mileage. I am literally pulling that number out of my ass because I don't even remember how many fucking miles it was today, but it was ridiculous. I guarantee you do that, your drivers are going to be fucking happy. Your drivers are going to make sure that you're happy. They're going to make sure that things are taken care of. Then you can be justified if someone gets an email saying that their package wasn't in the right spot. You can get rid of them at that point. Hey, we put a lot into you and you didn't really put a whole lot back. Here's a warning. Oh shit, it happened again? Well, we're not going to really do the 3 strikes thing, so fuck it, you're out. That's just what I propose. Something to that effect. Incentivize the people you fucking got. Make sure that, this relationship works for everybody, not just for fucking you. You're going to be making money regardless. What else can I say? I think I've rambled for quite a bit, so I'm going to leave it there. I have gotten a shitload of fucking views lately. I've gotten a shitload of subscribers lately. I fucking love it. Also, I've noticed that I'm getting a lot more female engagement. Not a single female, to my knowledge, has commented down in the comment section down below. But from all the analytics, I've gotten a lot of female engagement, which is crazy because this has always been like a male-centric channel, but, I don't give a fuck who watches it as long as you find something to enjoy your fucking time with. This is MaceValor. And before I continue ranting or anything, one last thing. Thanksgiving's coming up. Eat some fucking turkey. It's MaceValor sign.